presenting the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Last week, Flash Gordon narrowly escaped death when Tall, the jealous general, fired at his back and caused him to be thrown from his horse. Queen Azura would have killed Tall with her sword, but Flash nobly spared his life. That night, Mara the spy learned of the Blue Magic Army's plan to attack the Hawkmen at daybreak and escape from the palace to warn Zarkov and tell him the reason for Flash's strange behavior. Next morning, Azura gave Flash a torpedo to hurl when he got close enough to the Hawkmen. As the attack began, Mara the spy reached the entrance to the tunnel, but just as he was about to reveal the secret of Flash's failure to recognize his friend, Mara was killed by a ray from the guns of the Blue Magic Men. At that moment, Flash Gordon was sighted riding straight for the tunnel, and Dr. Zarkov, thinking he was deserting the Blue Magic Army, went out to welcome him to the ranks of the Hawkmen. When Flash reached the entrance to the tunnel, he pulled his horse to a stop and hurled the torpedo, which immediately exploded. These thrilling adventures come to you as they are pictured each Sunday in the big full-page Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. A full-page Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And now we continue the story. With shouts and tumult, the army of Blue Magic Men with Queen Azura at their head reached the tunnel entrance.
Azura, it worked. It worked. The enemy are frozen into icicles.
Of course it worked, my prince. Didn't I tell you what would happen when you threw the torpedo?
You're wonderful, Azura. Why are men such fools as to try to fight against you?
They don't for long.
Azura, do you know this man, frozen with his hand upraised?
Do you?
No. But
what?
Well, it seems as though I should know him.
Here, drink this vodka. It will refresh you after your hard ride. Why do you think you should know this man, my prince?
When I rode up to throw the torpedo, this man came out of the tunnel with his hand upraised, just as it is now.
He may have been about to surrender.
No, he didn't say anything about surrendering.
He spoke to you? What did he say?
He called, "Flash Gordon. Flash, my friend." He surprised me so, I almost forgot to throw the torpedo.
Thank the gods you didn't forget.
Why should this man call me friend? I've never seen him before.
It was a trick, Flash. When he saw you carrying the torpedo, he tried to deceive you, to throw you off your guard.
Well, it almost worked.
You are a man of steel, my prince. What self-control you have. Ah, you are truly the man of my heart.
Am I, my beautiful one? It makes me very happy to hear you say that.
My prince. Hal,
Your Majesty.
have the prisoners carried back to my palace. Be very careful of this one.
Oh, yes, Your Majesty. Your command shall be obeyed to the letter, Your Majesty. Captain, see that this prisoner is taken back to the palace in good condition.
Why are you so particular about the man who calls me?
Flash, did you ever hear of a man called Zarkov?
Zarkov? Zarkov? No, Azura, I've never heard of him. Who is he?
That is the man who called to you. In his own country, he is a wizard. That wall of chemical ice, which protected him and his men from our combustion rays, is an example of his magic skill.
I don't wonder you handle him with care. He should be a most valuable man to have around.
You see my point exactly. I shall have Towel revive him when they get back to the palace. And by the way, Flash,
Yes, Azura?
the fumes of the torpedo sometimes cause strange reactions. So if you meet this Zarkov and he insists on calling you friend, remember that was the last thing on his mind before the torpedo exploded.
I quite understand, Azura.
Good. And now, my victorious prince, shall we celebrate?
Back in the palace, Tall carried out the Witch Queen's order. He straps the frozen Zarkov to a table, then he tips it into the rays of an electro-therapeutic revivifier.
Take care of this one, she said. I wonder why. Has her taste changed from youth to middle age? If so, I must see what I can do to win her favor. You are thawing out, are you? Good. I'll give you a little more heat. How's that, stranger?
Oh, be careful. The current's on full strength. You know what that may do.
Oh, yes, I didn't notice the indicator. Be very careful of this one, she said. Yes, Your Majesty. We'll take care of him. You are coming around, are you? All right, stranger. Loose the strap, slave. Come on now. Yes. Yeah. Well, stranger, get on your feet.
Flash Gordon. Flash, my friend.
Flash Gordon is not here.
Who are you? What has happened? Where am I?
You are a prisoner of Azura, Queen of Magic, and your friend Flash Gordon captured you.
Now I know you.
Stand back. I have my sword point against your breast. One move and I'll run you through.
I came to rescue Flash Gordon.
Rescue him. He doesn't need to be rescued.
You mean? Tell me the truth, you wizard of darkness. Has Flash turned traitor?
He has drunk the Queen's magic drug and has forgotten you and his sweetheart, Dale Arden, and even his own identity.
Thank the gods. I was afraid the change was due to Flash himself. What is this drug of forgetfulness?
Lithium. Guard.
General Tal?
Take this new slave to the kitchen until Her Majesty makes up her mind how she will dispose of him.
Thank you, General Tal.
Now, don't thank me. I had my way. You wouldn't be here now.
March this way, slave.
Wait. General Tal, what has happened to Dale Arden?
You will see her in the kitchen.
She is alive then?
Yeah.
And Khan?
Khan? Oh, yes, that must be the other one. Yes, he's there, too. Take him away, guard.
Come along, slave.
Yeah. Here, you. Put this machine and apparatus away. Clean up this room.
These are the kitchens, I presume.
Yes, but see that you don't presume too much around here.
Oh, a joke. Not bad.
Stop laughing. It will be no joke if you start any trouble, and we have to electrocute you.
Quite so, quite so. Why is that animal carcass placed between those machines?
Those machines are two electrodes. The flaming rays are roasting the carcass.
Very interesting, very interesting. Electrodes, eh? A much quicker process than roasting in an oven.
Dr. Zarkov! Dr. Zarkov!
Dale Arden!
Stay here, slave, while I get a set of manacles for you.
Oh, Lieutenant, what's this?
Oh, you're safe. Ma reached you in time, and he got there safely.
Yes, Ma reached me safely, Dale. But just as we were pulling him into the tunnel...
He was killed?
Yes.
Oh,
He was hit by a ray from the Queen's soldier.
poor Ma. Then he didn't tell you about Flash.
No, he was killed just as he was about to.
Oh, Dr. Zarkov, I've been so lonely.
Oh, yes.
Flash has turned against me. He's completely forgotten me.
No,
Yes, he's in love with that wicked Queen of Magic.
no, Dale. Flash has been drugged. He has lost his memory.
Drugged?
Yes.
That's just what Khan and I thought might have happened. How did you find out?
A general named Tao told me.
How? That's the Queen's right-hand man, her chief magician. We ought to know.
Oh.
Dr. Zarkov, we must save Flash.
Yes, Dale, we must save Flash. And ourselves, too.
Oh, I'm so glad you've come. Khan and I both wish you were here to help us. You know so much about science and electricity.
Where is Khan? Tao said I would see him here.
Well, in getting away from the palace, Ma went out the servants' gate. Khan and I went with him to see that the coast was clear.
Yes, and go on.
We saw him slip out safely. And the next thing we knew, the guard came after us to our quarters and blamed us for his escape.
How could they have linked you with Ma?
Oh, they had seen us talking together.
Oh.
And one of the inner guards had challenged us near the gate just before Ma slipped out.
I see. But what has happened to Khan?
They separated us. Khan is in a cell somewhere. They bring him in here to do his work and take him away again.
I shall be glad to see him. Here's that fellow Tao.
Now, what is going on here? Get to work, slave.
What is the hurry, Tao? We have got lots of time for work.
Come, no back talk. You'll taste the electric whip. Oh, God. See that this new prisoner learns our magic discipline.
Yes, General Tall.
Yes, and you.
Yes, General Tall.
Prepare some little cakes and fill these 2 flagons with Vaco. Her Majesty and Flash wish refreshment.
Once, General Tall.
Her Majesty is very particular about these solid gold flagons. See that Flash Gordon gets this large, 2-handled one, and Her Majesty the smaller and more delicately shaped one.
Yes, General Tall.
Well, what are you standing there for? Hurry, hurry. Can't you see the dragon's eyes over there, flashing?
What has that got to do with Dale's task?
Whenever Queen Azura wishes some Vaco, those dragon's eyes light up. You can almost judge her mood from the flash of the eyes.
Wonderful.
Yes, I shall tell Her Majesty you are coming. Hurry now, hurry.
I'm sorry I can't stay to talk with you, Dr. Zarkov. We have so much to say to each other.
That is true, Dale. But we shall have plenty of time around here to talk later. You attend to your duties. In the meantime, until they get those manacles for me, I'll have a look around the kitchen.
Very well. I'll take these in to Flash and Queen Azura. Well, it's about time. What kept you, girl? You think you had to make the Vaco instead of just pour it? I'm sorry to be so long, Your Majesty.
Come, Miss Order. This is a night of celebration and gladness. Let's not spoil it.
As you say, my prince. Here, drink this Vaco. Have one of these little cakes. I'm sure you'll like them.
Thanks. I'll have one of the cakes.
Nothing to drink with them?
Well, I'll take a sip of the Vaco to keep you company.
My throat is parched. Give me that flagon, girl.
You had a hard day of it, Azura.
That tastes good. You're sure you don't care for any more, my prince?
No more for me, thanks.
Take the flagons and cakes away, girl. Yes, Your Majesty.
Dale,
Yes, Dr. Zarkov.
I have it. I have the plan to save us all.
You have? Oh, what is it, Dr. Zarkov?
Get your tray down.
There. Now, Dr. Zarkov, what is your plan?
While you were gone, the guard slashed me with his electric whip. I have just thought of the way to repay him. Now I want you to knock over those dishes piled up there on that table.
Then the guard will beat me.
Oh, no, he won't.
He has beaten others for less cause. Why won't he beat me?
Because when you knock the dishes over, I will jump up on that platform and grab one of those electrodes that is being used to roast the meat and swing its flaming ray on the chief cook and the guard as they stop for you.
Oh, Dr. Zarkov, if the attempt should fail.
Do not think about that, Dale. It must not fail. Do as I tell you. Everyone's back is turned just now. Hurry.
Very well. Here goes. Dr. Zarkov, save me.
Stand back from that girl, or I will burn you both to a crisp.
Are the tables to be turned? Can Dr. Zarkov single-handed overcome Queen Azura's guards and rescue Dale Arden? See for yourself how he proposes to do this in big, full-color pictures in the Comic Weekly, distributed with all Hearst newspapers next Sunday. The Comic Weekly is the world's most popular supplement of humor and adventure. It is now printed in full-size pages, not tabloids. Every page of the Comic Weekly entertains like the star act in a variety show. For the big, full-page Comic Weekly is the world's greatest variety show of humor and adventure, with every act a headliner. So be sure to get the big, full-page Comic Weekly with your Hearst newspaper next Sunday. Meanwhile, goodbye until next week, when we'll be back with another chapter in the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Presenting the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Last week, after conquering the Hawkmen with the magic torpedo, Flash Gordon was puzzled by the fact that Zarkov, running out to meet him with upraised hand, had called him friend. Queen Azura assured Flash that it had been a trick to disconcert him. Then she ordered Tall to remove the frozen prisoners to the palace and to take good care of Zarkov, particularly. Tall did as he was ordered. When Dr. Zarkov was brought back to life, he asked for Flash. And Tall told him Flash was under the spell of the Queen's drug of forgetfulness. Then Dr. Zarkov was taken to the kitchen, where he was reunited with Dale Arden, whom he comforted by his promise to use his scientific powers to aid them all. Stung by the lashes of the electric whip, Zarkov saw an opportunity for revenge and escape. The Queen's cooks were roasting the meat between two flaming electrodes. So Zarkov, getting Dale to attract their attention, jumped on a platform and turned the flaming rays of an electrode on the cooks and guards and ordered them to stand back. These thrilling adventures come to you as they are pictured each Sunday in the big full-page Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The big full-page Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Now we continue the story. Dr. Zarkov, standing on the platform in the kitchen, the flaming ray of an electrode aimed at the chief cook and guard, is calling...
Stand back! If you take another step towards Dale Arden, I'll burn you to a crisp. Take their swords away from them, Dale.
I've got the swords, Dr. Zarkov.
Good. Now take away those electric whips.
I have the whip.
Can you find the keys to your manacles?
I'll see.
Stand still, you two, or I'll roast you like this carcass of meat beside me. Can you find the keys, Dale?
Yes, I've got the keys.
Undo your manacles. Now, chain those two together. Around that post.
There, I have them chained. Now what shall I do?
Now we shall... Listen. What is that?
They're bringing Khan in from his cell.
Where will he be stationed for his work?
Right over there.
Splendid. Come down this way, Dale, under the ray of the electrodes. They won't notice me standing behind this machine. I will wait until they have stationed Khan, and then I will get the drop on them with the ray.
Oh, I'm so glad you came. We never would have done anything without you, Dr. Zarkov.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you. Appreciation always makes a thing worthwhile. Listen, you two. Not a word out of you. And drop to the floor. Do you hear? Drop to the floor. Ah, that's it. Quiet now. Everybody.
Off. Prisoner, step over here. You'll be chained to your station as usual. Now, prisoner, stir that soup.
Stand back from him, you dogs.
Prince Zarkov.
I am glad to see you, Captain Khan.
Not as glad as I am to see you.
Stand back there, you men. I have this electrode trained on you. One move out of you other than I direct, and I will fix you so the Queen herself would not know you from this carcass here.
Oh, isn't this wonderful, Khan?
Indeed it is, Princess.
One of you men release Captain Khan. At once. Do you hear at once, or I'll turn this ray up.
That's got him, Prince Zarkov. Just wait until these manacles get off. Oh, there. Now. Oh, but it feels good to have those things off. Now, what can I do, Prince Zarkov?
Chain those guards up like the others.
The others? Oh, I didn't see them lying over there. How did you capture them?
The same way he did these.
And then Dale chained them, just like you are going to chain those lads there.
Good work, Princess. You're a brave girl. Here, you. Hold still. There. All right. You're next. Come on, put your hands behind your back.
I'm sure you do a good job, Khan.
After what these boys have done to me, that warning is hardly necessary, Princess. All right, you. You're next.
Well, I don't know.
Here, hold still. Hold still, I said.
What is the trouble, Captain Khan? Won't he mind you? Just step back from him a little. I will give him a taste of his flaming ray.
No, turn that thing away. I'll put my hands behind my back.
Thanks, Prince Zarkov. But I think one good poke in his jaw from me, and he'd have behaved. That's what you'll get if you give me any trouble, you over there.
That is right. Do not let them try anything with you.
All right. Now I'll take you. Oh, you've decided to use your head and put your hands behind your back, eh? That's good. It certainly makes it easier for both of us. There. Now, you're safe for a while.
Good. Now we are in control of the kitchen.
Let's take over the rest of the palace.
Yes, then we can escape.
Children. I see how fortunate it is that I was brought here. That would not do at all. Never do what you can get someone else to do for you.
Why, what do you mean?
We shall get control of the palace, all right. In fact, we shall have control of the whole land.
How wonderful.
But we must proceed to do one thing at a time.
Well, then, what's next?
Tal said Flash was under the spell of the Queen's drug of forgetfulness.
He did? And we were right all the time, Princess.
Yes, Khan.
So you knew that, eh?
Yes.
Then why did you not find out how it was being given to him, eh?
I did try, Prince Zarkov.
How?
I watched every morsel of food that was sent to him. It was taken from the same pans and kettles as Queen Azura's food.
Well,
And nothing was put in it, here in the kitchen.
I apologize, Captain Khan. You are not wasting your time. Well, then, if the drug was not put in the food before it left the kitchen, when was it put in?
Well, Dale served the food to Flash.
Well, what did you see when you served the food, Dale?
Both the Queen and Flash took portions of the same dishes as I passed them around. I never saw her make a motion towards them after she helped herself.
And the drug could not have been put in the food.
Guard!
Prince Zarkov, here comes Tal.
Ah,
Guard!
he is just the man we want to see.
Guard! Where are... Why, what are you doing chained like this?
Just what you will be doing if you cause us any trouble, Tal.
Oh, the prisoner. Stop. Get your hands off me.
All right. I have him securely held, Prince Zarkov.
Zarkov.
Yes, that is my name. Does it mean anything to you?
Yes, you are the great scientist, the wizard of the Earth people.
That is true.
Yes, that's who Dr. Zarkov is.
Now I understand the Queen's orders.
What were her orders?
You were to be revived with particular care.
Why, may I ask?
I see it all now. Azura appointed Flash Gordon over me as commander-in-chief of all the armies. Now she wants you carefully preserved. A fool that I am. Why couldn't I see it before?
What is he talking about? Does anybody know?
I'm sure I don't know, Princess.
Nor I. What are you talking about, Tal?
Azura plans to get rid of me. She's planning on having you to replace me.
What?
She's tired of me. She wants new faces around her. She'd give me the drug of forgetfulness if it wasn't that I am the only one who can make it for her. That's the only thing that prevents her from doing away with me.
There will be just one thing that will prevent us from doing away with you, Tal.
What's that?
You're telling us how Azura gives Flash the drug of forgetfulness.
Yes, you'd like to know that, wouldn't you?
We would.
Yes, of course, to be sure.
And what is more, we mean to find out.
Paul knows more than he will admit. Maybe he carries the drug on him.
That is an idea worth considering. Thank you, Dale.
Come and search him, Prince Zarkov.
Yes, search if you like.
Certainly we shall search. Nothing. He has nothing on him. What is?
His sword. I think we can use it to better advantage than he can.
Tal, a while ago you pressed the point of this against my chest while I asked you questions about Flash.
Well...
One move and you would have run it through me. You said so.
And so I should...
Now I press it against your chest while I ask another question. And a wrong answer, or no answer at all, and I will drive it through you like a tailor's needle through a patch of cloth.
And if his hand falters, mine will finish the job with the greatest of pleasure. Remember that, wizard.
What do you wish to know?
Tell me, how does Azura give Flash the drug of forgetfulness? Well?
Remember what I said, Tal.
He puts the drug in his Vaco.
Baco?
His wine. That's why she keeps calling for it and proposing toast and offering it to him as refreshment.
Why, of course.
Is that true, Tal?
Yes, every day she gives it to him in a special two-handled flagon.
This?
Yes, that is the one. It has some lithium in it now.
Dale, that is the one you took to Azura by Tal's order, soon after they brought me here.
Yes.
So that is how Flash has been given the drug.
Oh, I've been giving it to him myself.
Yes, you have been drugging your own sweetheart and keeping him from recognizing you.
Will Flash ever forgive me?
Why, of course, Princess. You didn't know you were giving him the drug.
I'll never take any more in.
Oh, yes, you will.
What?
Just once more.
That night, when the eyes of the dragon flash, the signal that Queen Azura wishes more Vaco brought in, Dale takes in the tray with the same 2 flagons as before.
Ah, here comes the Vaco, my prince. And the slave girl is more prompt than usual.
So she is, my queen. I'm glad of it. My throat's dry.
Help yourself, Flash. The 2-handled flagon is yours, you know.
Yes, I'll get it, Azura. Thanks.
No. Wait.
Eh?
What is the meaning of this presumption, slave? Flash, Azura has drugged your Vaco. You lie, slave.
What are you saying, girl?
In that 2-handled flagon is lithium, the drug of forgetfulness. Oh, pay no attention to the girl, Flash. She must be mad. Don't touch that flagon. Every time you have emptied it, Flash, you have renewed this wicked queen's power over you. She has caused you to forget who I am, who you are. Flash, don't listen to her. I'll have her drawn and quartered for this. Oh, God! It won't do you any good to call for your guards, Azura. They won't answer you. Flash, tell me you don't believe what the slave is saying.
Well, it seems hard to believe.
It is a lie. A lie. Here, Flash. Take this flagon. If she has not drugged it, then let her drink from it.
Yes. Here, Azura. Drink this and prove that the slave girl is wrong.
Flash, you don't believe me, and I thought you loved me. Don't listen to her, Flash. Words mean nothing. Get her to drink from the flagon.
Of course she'll drink from it. Won't you, Azura? Here.
No. No, I will not touch your drink.
What?
There, you see? She won't drink it. It's drugged, just as I told you.
I prowl. Azura, I believe you did drug my drink. We'll soon find out. Now, swallow this.
No.
Come on, swallow it.
Oh, I can't remember anything. Where am I? What happened? Who am I? Who am I?
So it's true, Dale.
Yes, Flash, darling. He's been drugging you.
Here, Flash.
What? The man who called me friend.
Charles says this medicine should bring back your memory. If you have not been under the influence of the lithium too long, drink this.
Quickly, Flash.
Yes, quickly, Flash. Drink.
Has Flash been under the influence of the Queen's magic drugs too long? What will happen now? Are you following the picture version of these thrilling adventures in the big full-page comic weekly, which is distributed with your Hearst Sunday newspaper? In order to completely enjoy the radio program, you should know what Flash Gordon and Dale Arden look like. And Paul, Dr. Zarkov, Queen Azura, Khan, and all the other amazing characters who appear in this series. You will find them all vividly portrayed in full-colored action pictures each Sunday in the big comic weekly. And only in the Comic Weekly, the world's foremost collection of humor and adventure, is now published in full-page sizes, not a tabloid, and is just crammed full of the funniest merrymakers and the most daring adventurers in the world of pictures. So be sure that you get the big full-page Comic Weekly next Sunday with your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Get acquainted with all the characters and be ready next week at the same time for another chapter in the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Presenting the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon. Last week, Dr. Zarkov, after freeing Dale and Khan, captured the cooks and guards in the kitchens of Queen Azura, and also took prisoner Tal, her chief magician. From Tal, Zarkov learned that Flash was being drugged by lithium in his wine. When Azura called for more wine, Dale warned Flash that his wine was drugged. Flash, his suspicions aroused, asked Azura to drink his potion, and when she refused, he forced her to swallow the drugged wine which had been served to him. Immediately, the wicked witch queen lost her memory and was unable to remember who she was. In the meantime, Zarkov had learned from Tal what chemical would serve as an antidote for the lithium. He hurried to Flash with a prescribed amount, which, unless Flash had been drugged for too long a time, ought to bring back his memory. And both Zarkov and Dale urged Flash to drink the lithium antidote and see what effect it would have. These thrilling adventures come to you as they are pictured each Sunday in the big full-page Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The big full-page Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Now we continue the story. Flash is standing with the cup of lithium antidote raised to his lips. He is undecided as to whether or not he should drink it. Dale again urges him to...
Drink it, Flash, darling.
Yes, quickly, my lad, drink.
Very well. I'm Dale, my sweetheart,
Yes, Flash.
and Zarkov, my friend.
Now and always, son.
He remembers Dr. Zarkov.
Yes, Dale.
He didn't have too much lithium.
I remember. Lithium? What are you talking about? Why, where are we? How did we get here?
We are in the palace of Azura, queen of the Blue Magic Men. You and Dale were captured while reconnoitering. Then Azura kept you drugged with lithium, so you would not remember any of the past.
Good heavens. How long was I like that?
4 weeks. So long that we were afraid that the lithium antidote you just drank might have no power to bring back your memory.
It sounds as though you were telling me about some other fellow. And I really didn't recognize you, either of you.
No. You called me girl.
I didn't, Dale.
And when I came from Vultan's kingdom to rescue you, you threw some kind of paralyzing bomb at me and took me prisoner.
You must have thought I was either crazy or a turned traitor, Dr. Zarkov.
Well, to tell you the truth, I was worried about you, lad.
Well, I'm all right now, thanks to you.
And Dale.
Well, that goes without saying. You know that I'm grateful to you for sticking by me, don't you, darling?
Of course, Flash.
Well, old friend, what's to be done now?
While you were still under the influence of the lithium, you forced the queen to drink some of it also. Now she is in the same state you were.
Oh, I say, that's awful. What can we do about it?
Awful? You do not understand, my boy. That is good. With Azura drugged, we can take command of the whole kingdom.
But I have my own kingdom yet to conquer. What do I want with this one?
You must take everything in your stride, Flash. You conquered the cavemen and the lizard men, remember? Now you must subdue these blue magic men.
Very well. I'll proclaim myself king. But I'll let this witch queen run the land for me. What's her name?
Don't you remember, Flash?
No, remember? Why, I've never heard it.
Her name is Azura.
Azura. Where is she?
In there, through that curtained arch.
I'll just go in and tell her how things stand. I'll be right back.
Hurry back, Flash.
I will.
Who is it? Oh, who are you, fair-haired youth?
You don't remember me, eh?
I never saw you before in my life. And as for remembering, why, I cannot even remember who I am. Oh, what shall I do?
Listen to me. I'll tell you who you are. You're Azura.
Azura. That's a pretty name. Who are you?
I'm Flash Gordon.
Flash? Flash Gordon. You are very handsome, Flash Gordon.
Don't try to get personal, Azura.
You are rude as well as handsome.
Never mind that. I'm here on business.
Business? What do you mean?
I'm king here.
Oh, forgive me, Your Majesty. I did not know.
That's all right, Azura. I'm your king, but you are going to rule this land.
I, Your Majesty?
Yes, under my orders.
You honor me, Your Majesty. What does my king wish me to do?
First, call out the entire army so that I may review it.
At once, Your Majesty. Oh, God.
Your Majesty.
Summon the entire army to pass in review before King Flash.
Can I review my troops from that balcony yonder, Azura?
I'll see, Your Majesty. Oh, yes, Your Majesty. You can review them from here.
Good. I'll be right there in a moment. Zarkov,
Yes, Flash. What is it?
I've told Azura who I am and that she is to obey my orders. She has just sent word for her entire army to pass in review before me.
Good. That will give us a fine idea of the forces under your command.
Go in there and keep an eye on that woman. I don't trust her.
At once, Flash.
Well, Flash, now that you've got an army to take your interest, I guess you don't need me.
Eh? What's that?
I said you don't need me now that you've got an army to take your interest.
Why, that's not true, Dale. Armies, kingdoms, they mean nothing to me as far as you're concerned.
Are you sure, Flash?
Why, of course I am. Why do you think I'm conquering this kingdom? For you, sweetheart.
For me?
Certainly. Have you forgotten that I love you, Dale?
I thought you had forgotten.
Dale, how can you say that?
You called me girl and treated me as a slave in front of Azura.
I couldn't help that. Dale, I didn't beat you or hurt you, did I?
No. I must admit you tried your best to protect me from the wicked queen's punishment.
Oh, thank heaven. I was afraid I might have hurt you.
Oh, you hurt me, all right.
What?
Every time I saw you with her, you hurt me terribly.
Come now. What could make you jealous, Dale?
The way you acted.
The way I acted? Well, how did I act?
You kissed her hands and told her you loved her and would die for her. And lots more.
I did?
Yes.
Well, I don't remember it.
Flash, are you accusing me of lying?
Of course not, sweetheart. I only said I don't remember it. I was drugged. You heard Zarkov tell me I was.
Yes, I know. And I was the one who gave it to you.
You gave it to me. And yet you blame me for what I did while under its influence?
Oh, I didn't know I was giving it to you.
You didn't know
Not until we captured Tal and made him tell us how you were being drugged.
Tal? Who's Tal?
Azura's chief magician.
Oh. Well, let's all forget what happened in those days of darkness. I have.
I wish I could, Flash.
You can, and you must, dearest. If you don't, things can never be the same for us.
I can't quite forgive the way you acted about that woman.
Now, don't be like that, Dale. I didn't love her, no matter what I said. She tricked me.
Flash, Dale, the army is ready to be reviewed. Come.
Coming, Zarkov. Let's not talk like this anymore, Dale. Too near quarreling. I don't like it.
Neither do I, but...
Come, Dale. Let's go and inspect the army.
They are all lined up, Flash. I'm waiting for the order to pass in review.
Give the order, Azura.
At once, Your Majesty. Salute your ruler, King Flash. Is this your queen, Your Majesty?
Yes, that is, she will be soon.
She is very beautiful.
Look, Flash, the First Legion is wheeling and starting this way.
What is the name of this legion?
I do not know. Guard, tell His Majesty what legion this is.
The advance guard, Your Majesty. Oh, what a splendid company. And those coming next, what are they? Light magic artillery, Your Majesty. But what are those tremendous objects being pulled by the next legion?
I do not know what you call them, but I do know that they are death to Hawkmen.
Those are the combustion ray machines. They eject flames, Your Majesty. And this company? Stone Formation Legion, Your Majesty. And the ones with cloaks? The Invisibility Legion, Your Majesty. And the Peculiar Shield? The Transparent Wall Legion, Your Majesty. And those machines coming now? The Salvo Gun Legion, Your Majesty.
And still they come, legion after legion.
Wonderful. I have never seen such an army.
Well, guard, have you forgotten the regulations requiring you to salute a general?
I'm sorry, General Tall.
Sorry.
You'd better wait a little while before going up there.
Wait, why? Wait for what?
The enemy are on the balcony with Queen Azura. They're reviewing the troops.
Reviewing the troops, are they? What right have they to be doing that?
The Queen herself gave the order, General.
Oh, she did, eh? Why didn't somebody send for me? She wouldn't have let the enemy have this chance to size up our army if I'd been here.
It was all done so quickly, General.
Ah,
None of us had time to do anything.
indeed. Well, they can't get away with it. I'll fix them. They're all on the balcony, you say?
Yes, General.
Yes, in what order are they standing on the balcony?
I'll see.
Well,
He whom they call King Flash, standing in the very center, behind the royal insignia.
And the queen?
He's at his left.
That's the old man with the beard and the girl.
Yes, they're standing at the right of him.
And Flash Gordon is standing directly in the center, eh? And I can do it. By Tau, I can do it.
What, General?
Save the Queen and Blue Magic Land from the hands of these ex-prisoners.
How will you do it, General?
You stand here. See that no one gets behind me. I will go up these stairs, drive this sword through Flash's back, and in the confusion, run down this way and call the guards.
Hope you succeed, General Tall. Good luck.
Hold your tongue. Just see to it that I'm not cut off when I start to run back this way.
Flash, behind you, look out!
Death to the invader!
Why, you? Have me in the back, will you? Never. You.
My sword!
And now, whoever you are, over the side of the balcony you go. Come here.
That was Paul. You may have killed him.
He seems to be moving down there. Guard, see that he's carried away and his wounds dressed.
No, Flash, you are making a mistake. Kill him or lock him up. I warn you, he is a troublemaker.
Is Tall dead, or will he recover and continue plotting to free his Queen Azura and keep the Blue Magic Land from being ruled by Flash Gordon? See for yourself in full-color action pictures these amazing adventures next Sunday in the big full-page comic weekly, which is distributed with your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Besides Flash Gordon, you will want to see many other pictures of fun and adventure, which are brought to you exclusively each Sunday by the Comic Weekly. Bringing up Father, the Captain Yammer Kid, Toots and Casper, the Little King, Skippy, and many, many others. The Comic Weekly entertains as no other picture magazine because the Comic Weekly brings to you exclusively the work of the world's foremost artists in humor and adventure. So be sure to get the big full-page Comic Weekly next Sunday with your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And don't forget our date next week for another episode in the amazing interplanetary adventures of Flash Gordon.